So,
So guess what?
what?
Oh wait, did you had a bit?
No, I was gonna ask you about like why don't you like the Venom trilogy? But you first.
We're gonna talk about it like in the review. Like it's bound to come up.
Fair.
I was gonna say tomorrow. Tomorrow is my birthday. Tomorrow is
Hey.
Shema's 30th birthday. So I wanted to take a moment here. If you could tell me what have you learned in your last year as a 30-year-old, and if you got any tips for me.
Don't slow down. And
I
never
work at an office.
don't care. Don't slow down. That's the hardest that's what I learned since I turned 30. I thought I was going to start slowing down, but I actually got like an energy boost when I turned 30 because I was like, I will not die menial. So
Menial?
uh it's your birthday. I don't want to dive into it. But the fact is like I don't want to die being an average person. I want to have like slowly grow, surely. Better life, better house, better job, better, aspects for me and my family. We want to travel more. Like, you don't want to just be like coasting. You want to like be reaching for more. But to do that, you need energy. And I was running out of energy at the end of my 20s, but for some reason, when I turned 30, instead of it dropping more, I got like a spike. I was like, fuck this. So that.
That's pretty neat.
So try
And
that.
are you sure why it wasn't the energy drinks?
100% because I was drinking more energy drinks before I turned 30.
Oh yeah, I remember you had your little episode there.
Yeah, the three, oh my God. Yeah. So what, okay, let me ask you this then. So you're turning 30. What are
Yeah.
some things that you're looking forward to now that you're going to be 30?
You know, this is gonna be really funny because I was gonna tell you caring less, but I guess not from what you're saying. No, I actually feel like my 30s are gonna be good to me, man. I actually feel like I had a lot of worries, and I feel like by 30s I'm gonna like, why? Like, I'm just gonna fucking do this. And I don't know. I sense good things are coming, but we'll fucking see.
I hope you're right.
I can tell you one thing
Uh-huh.
that will not be in my future.
But
That's more of these fucking Venom movies. So let's kick it. Let's go.
let's F-wordingly go.
Thank you for welcoming us into your headphones. My name is Chema.
And I am Venom.
Reviewing Venom: The Last Dance, and this is the rollback. Till death do them part. Eddie and Venom are on the run, hunted by both of their worlds, and with the net closing in, the duo are forced into a devastating decision that will bring the curtains down on Venom and Eddie's last dance. So we have the third and final part in the trilogy of the Venom movies. This one directed by Kelly Marcel. For those of you who don't know, Kelly Marcel co-wrote the first two screenplays to Venom 1 and Venom Let There Be Carnage. Now she's sitting in the director's chair. This is her first directing gig, so good for her. And we have the return of Tom Hardy playing Eddie, playing sorry, Eddie Brock and Venom, along with newcomers Chiwetel Ejiofor, Juno Temple, Clark Backer, Rhys Ifans, and other colorful characters. So, we have been talking about these fucking Venom movies since it started coming out. We had one, and then Let There Be Carnage, and that ended with a like a little tease at the end that we might see him cross over into the MCU, and then he it did for like 8 minutes, and then they just kicked him right back into his own universe, which what the fuck was that for? And now here we are in Venom: The Last Dance. So. I'm not even a big Venom fan, man. Like I love Spider-Man. Venom is not like my favorite character. He's cool. I always appreciated when I saw him like fighting Spider-Man, but him solo, I always felt like he was very off. And I thought the first movie was kind of boring, not gonna lie, and then the second one was also kind of boring, and he had some cool moments, both of them, but I don't think they got together and ended up making one solid flick. So now we have a third one, And I weirdly enough feel like the exact same way about that how I felt about the first two. Like my feelings of this entire trilogy is
Mid.
mid. They start boring. They have some fun comic book moments that make it very entertaining, and then they make variable, and then they end in such a big, giant, stupidly fantastic way that make me go like, "What a stupid fucking movie! I'm gonna see it again." And like that's kind of the feeling that these movies gave me. The third one was no different. What are your thoughts on the trilogy?
So thoughts on the trilogy? I want to dive more into everything, but my thoughts are I really liked the first two Venom movies. Like well above average. I thought the first Venom was very fun, very entertaining, some good fights. The CGI holds up, I would say. Venom looked great. I love the scene where he's fighting the SWAT team and he just uses,
Mass copy. That one? Yeah.
mask copy.
Yeah.
And you see him using one dude to beat the fuck out of a bunch of other dudes, like when he's swinging him around. I'm just like that. His poor leg, like, must be mush right now. Um, I thought it was fun. It also had glimpses of the bromance that we would get down the road. Like the part where he calls you know, oh, we need to leave. Jump out the window, and then you just see him clicking the door, the elevator. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
Like shit like that. Like I wish we had had more of that, but it's necessary. So I really did like the first one. The second one on my first viewing, I didn't like it as much, but upon second viewing, I was like, you know what? No, I kind of get what they're going for. They're not one person. They are two individuals sharing the same body. Like they're roommates and they're fighting a lot and it's fun and it's a bromance romantic comedy, you know. Venom, joking with Eddie and stuff is great. And I thought the first one, I really liked it. The second one was very different, but I still liked it for different reasons. The
Okay.
comedy was still there, but the fight scenes were still great. I liked Carnage and everything he represented. And they did sum up the movie in one dumb way where Eddie basically has to tell Venom, they're not symbiotic. We are. We can beat them. And together we are the lethal protector. Like I liked all that. The thing is, the third one drops the ball a lot. Here's a spoiler alert for you folks. The third one is mid. I give it a 5 out of 10. Like I will dive more into detail later, but the problem with the third one, we're gonna dive into the story and everything. But as far as I'm aware, the third one had a lot of studio interference that made it mid. Apparently, the original story was that it was going to be Venom and Eddie having to protect a 10-year-old Peter Parker. He was being hunted by either it was going to be those creatures from Knoll, or it was going to end up being Toxin was going to be after Peter Parker.
So what was originally also the same idea for Madam Web, but that they ended
Yeah,
up shutting off.
yes, but apparently the really bad reception with Madam Web forced the reshoots to make it more boring. Because if you notice, a good chunk of the movie is just Tom Hardy walking through desert because that's cheaper to do. And Venom, his CGI is cheaper because they already have the CGI model. They don't have to fuck with it. That's why you saw Venom a lot during the day because it's like the Godzilla thing. If you're just building off the same rig that you already have, it's easier and it's cheaper and faster versus having to rebuild from scratch. So, yeah, the original story apparently had Eddie protecting a 10-year-old Peter Parker, but that fell through. The studio got cold feet because of Madam Web, so they did reshoots and reshoots and reshoots, and we got this rather boring movie, I would say. There are still glimpses of greatness. There are glimpses of, the decent, river fight scene. The final scene with Venom on a motorcycle is fun. They try to do like a touching goodbye between Eddie and Venom, but overall, like I would call this movie for the most part a disappointment, which is unfortunate because there's a lot of what it could have been. But we'll dive into that once we really dive into the story. Sorry, that was a long-winded answer.
No,
My
no,
bad,
that's
but
that's what the show is for. Yeah, I mean, my big thing with this is that it's to me this movie is not better than the previous two, but it's also not worse. To me, it's sits in the same line. We have some newcomers. We had because like we lost Michelle Williams, who played the ex-girlfriend, and
Mm.
her new husband. Those are out. So those characters are out. But we have these new characters. One agent played by Chutul Ejiofor, who plays General Rex Strickland, and we have Juno Temple from Ted Lasso, playing Dr. Teddy Payne, who's like these two are like our main ops in the movie. And it was really funny because like I would see this with my family and with Jimmy, like we all went together. And the second that Juno Temple shows up, she starts talking, and like Jimmy turns to me and he goes like, "She can't do an American accent, can she?" And I'm like, "No, no, she can't. I'm so sorry. I love her. I love Keely. I love her in Ted Lasso, but her accent was too distracting. Like it was really fucking with my like my understanding of everything." Um, and then there's a family in this movie that Eddie makes friends with. This family of hippies. And the dad played by Reese Ifans, who for some reason, like that's the lizard, like that's Kurt Connors. Why is he again here? Why are we reusing actors from the Marvel like thing and just for no reason? It's
Supposedly that was gonna tie into the Amazing Spider-Man because remember how he's the lizard in Spider-Man?
yeah,
Apparently they were gonna use him, but he was gonna be the younger version of himself when Peter's parents were still alive before they died.
but
Like they were gonna be fucky with the timeline and make it to where Venom and Madam Web happened before the Amazing Spider-Man, as
God,
I
this
understand it.
God, this fucking sucks. Anyway, this is sure we have like you mentioned, you have a little bit of the comedy, but there's a lot of things that don't really make sense. Like for example, in this whole movie, Venom is almost like hidden because every time that he like gets into full form, every other symbiote is looking for him and knows where he is and will try to find him and kill him. So he's trying to hide, which to me felt like a cheap way of like let's not use full CGI. Let's just not.
They're probably
Uh
saving for the final act and they were showing all the other symbiotes, so they were like, "Wait, we need to
yeah.
save time."
Yeah. Which by the way, what do you mean like you need to save money? Sony, have I not given you enough money? Did you fucking finish it already? I bought a PS5. Do you not did you need more money? Like the fuck do you need? Anyway, didn't the No Way Home made like a couple $1 billion? Like
Yeah, but they had to give a shit ton of that money to Disney.
well, yeah, they made the movie. Um anyway, we had this and sure look, it balances out because there are things that I found to be super boring, like the whole story with the family. I guess it's to set up the fact that he's going to die because like it kind of feels like it. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on the sing-alongs section, which by the way, I did not mind that scene because that's a Bowie song. Freaking love David Bowie, so like to me that was fine. Um, but how did you feel about that?
I hated it. I 100% hated it. The only part that made me chuckle was when Eddie straight up said, "When did you have time to practice this?" That was the only time where I laughed because Matt. So let me get this straight. You're gonna blow, 2 minutes of Venom's screen time dancing with Mrs. Chen, but you're not gonna have him out and about fighting or doing other exciting things. Like I wouldn't have mind if he ended up in Vegas and was like protecting Vegas from the monsters or something. Like like give me a decent set piece. Vegas is a fine set piece for a big climactic third act fight. Area 51, not bad, could have been better. I hate how Area 51 is empty except for those acid canisters. But sorry, going back. Yeah, I hated that one scene with Mrs. Chen where they were dancing. Like, god damn it, man.
To me, see, look, here's the thing. I need like enough dumb moments in a movie like this because this movie cannot take itself seriously. Like I don't want it. I don't want a movie that takes itself too seriously. But these movies, especially these like big studio movies, reach this like gray matter a point where like they don't even know what they are. Like remember Bottoms? Bottoms was a comedy from the bottom to the top. Bottom
Yeah.
was a comedy from the start till the end. It knew exactly what it was, and it had the right mood, and it hit a home run because they knew what they were doing. And that's lower scale, lower dynamics, small set piece. Like you don't need a lot for that. You just need to like know what you are. That's the problem with these movies. They don't know what they are. They just they're just
They,
there, man.
they
And like
needed. Go
I
ahead.
don't know. I don't know. I think it's the studio. I think it's the studio. Sony has a hard on for wanting to make these like Sinister Six movie. They've been trying to make a Sinister Six movie for over like 20 years. And I don't get why. And at this point, if they end up doing one, it's not gonna be the Sinister Six that we want. Like it's not gonna work. What was this? What was this trilogy? Like what were we working towards? Like what because look, the movie ends and I don't mean to like rush for like but like what did Eddie learn by the end? Like what was his lesson? Like oh he made a friend and then he lost him. What did he learn from this? He was living a normal life and then his relationship didn't work and just he made a friend in Venom and that was it. And the movie ends with this. Sorry that I keep interrupting you, but like
No,
the movie,
you're good.
I have to talk about the scene. The movie ends with a montage of like the previous two movies and scenes from the movie that you're watching right now, set up to Maroon 5's memories, which I have no idea if it was meant to be funny on purpose. I was dying laughing. And I don't know if it was like this is gonna be so funny or like they genuinely thought it was gonna be like a sentimental scene because I was cackling. I was on the floor.
I think it was meant to be. No, I don't think. I know it was supposed to be sentimental in the same vein as like the Green Day song from Deadpool and Wolverine. Like I know that's what they're going for. You cannot lie to me and tell me that they weren't. Yes, they were. Shut the fuck up. Yes, they were.
They used a Green Day
Uh,
song in Deadpool movie?
remember at the end of Deadpool when they were doing like
Oh, when they're doing like the yeah
the
the
tribute to the
reminder of
Fox universe.
yeah. Which by the way, no scenes of New Mutants in that tribute. By the way,
Yeah, I thought that was kind of fucked up, but yeah.
yeah,
I like New Mutants.
me too.
It could have been improved, but anyway.
Yeah,
I think the first big problem, and I will be doing a video like rewriting the entire Sonyverse. I'll probably try to get that out by the time Craven the Hunter comes out.
Jesus Christ.
Um, which I'm now learning Adobe Premiere Pro. That program is a bitch to learn, but it is helping me a lot with video edits, higher
Nice.
quality audio and everything. But anyway, so going back to the point, um, I think okay. The movie's disappointing on a lot of levels as far as like what happens. Like the relationship between Eddie and Venom, even that on some level is actually a little disappointing because I would say they're not supposed to. I'm tired of Eddie being like, "Oh, you're a blight on my existence." Like, no, I'm tired of that. I wish he would embrace Venom. The first one I can understand. You're getting to know each other. The second one, you have the breakup and you guys fight, but you come back together at the end. This third one, they should have been on the same page. You've seen Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, am I right?
Can you give me 1 second?
Shoot. And Chema is wearing pants this time. Those of you who may not know, Chema typically does not wear anything below the waist during these scenes, and he won't know I'm saying this until oh, there's a package. He won't know this until I put out this video review.
Oh, what's up?
Nothing. I wasn't saying anything about you at all.
Hmm. Were you talking about my chicken legs?
No.
Okay,
Why? Well, what is that, by the way?
that's that's my birthday present.
Oh, nice. What is it? Is
It's
it for
from
you?
me.
Is it from you to you?
Yes.
What
I
is it?
had this. Well, two interesting thing happens. First, I got a call from my bank, and they were like, "Hey, you're doing really good with your credit card, so we're gonna give you an increasement, and we're gonna increase your credit line." And I
Okay.
was like, "That's you're fucking stupid for doing that," but okay.
That's very
So
dangerous, but go on.
yeah, no, I'm quite responsible with money. It's
No,
just
no, I know, but like to do that.
so I had that feeling. So I had that feeling of like I have this thing where like twice a year I make a stupid purchase for myself. and
Okay.
maybe not stupid, but like it feels like it's stupid. But
No,
I'm
I
like,
know what
fuck
you're talking
it.
about though.
I'm like, fuck it, I deserve it.
No,
And
I get you. So what did
yeah,
you buy?
it's an electric guitar.
Homie, you even know how to play guitar?
Look at that guitar. I play it all the time.
I've never seen you play though.
Because you see me through here. Like
I don't remember you ever playing guitar when you were lived here.
you didn't because you never like because you never came to my place, first of all. Like you came like once or twice.
I remember you playing with your ukulele. I remember that one scene.
Yeah, but once seen.
You remember the
Yeah.
adventure.
Oh, oh, oh God. Good story.
We are bonded in blood after that.
Good story. Yeah. No, yeah, I play that guitar all the time, and I wanted like an electric one for long, and I found a relatively cheap one. So yeah, there it is.
Nice. Do you have an amp?
No, that comes next.
Oh,
That comes
fair.
later.
Is
But
that gonna be your second dumb gift for yourself?
yeah, in like 6 months. Anyway,
Fair.
I'm gonna pay it in months. That's that's what the bank gets for giving me a credit card.
You're gonna buy an amp and just like blast it for people to just be like, ah.
Nah, I'm pretty. I don't like I don't like annoying people with sound. I'm gonna use my headphones.
That's fair. I've heard people doing that. Actually, there's a guy at work that like plays guitar all the time now that I think about it.
Really? Like from their office?
Yeah, but he always has his headphones on.
That's neat.
Hmm.
Anyway, back to this.
Back to Venom.
So back to Venom. So, you were saying that you wanted to rewrite this, and then
The
what
whole
happened?
Sony verse, honestly, because there's so much wasted potential.
This is not a Sony verse. This is not a verse. Are you genuinely telling me that Madam Web and
Yes,
this
actually, no.
and
It's
and
under the name Sony Spider-Verse.
this
So
sucks?
Venom,
This,
Venom Let There Be Carnage, Morbius, Madam Web, Venom the Last Dance. And up next is Kraven the Hunter.
yeah, that's gonna come out.
So look, man, a couple things. Like I wish Eddie and Venom had been on the same page. Have you seen Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Of course.
Okay. You remember how Greed and Ling were on the same page? Like they were always like, okay, fine, like we're in this together.
Yeah.
I wish it had gone like that, where like Eddie and Venom are on the same page. Hey, buddy, we're in this together. If we die together. Like we go together.
Yeah.
And at the end, like Eddie's trying to fight with Venom, and he's like, "We can do this together. Come on, like we're in this. We're partners." And Venom's like, "Okay, we're doing it together." He's like, "That's the spirit." And then he's like, fucking knocks out Eddie. And then he's like, "No, you lied. Like we're in this together." And Venom's like, "Ah, gotcha." And Venom dies, like smiling, like, don't forget me or
Mhm.
something like that. Like I wish Eddie had been a more active player in this film because it feels like shit is just happening to him. He doesn't take an active role, I feel. I wish that they had been protecting San Francisco or had decided to set up shop in Las Vegas. I wish he had been a more active member. Or fuck, have him go to New York and meet Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. And then boom, there you go. Now you have a Spider-Man for your Spider-Man universe that has no goddamn Spider-Man. I don't know how the Marvel agreement works, but it was stupid to think that you could have Tom Holland's Spider-Man over here in the MCU and not have your own Spider-Man for your Spider-Verse. I'm sorry, you can't get away with it for that long. You can't. Unless you throw in Andrew Garfield very quickly, like it was gonna sink. Like there was limited shelf space on this. I did like the first two Venom movies, but this one ends like a wet fart. Which again, that would have given it some zest if Eddie had been like, no, like emotionally devastated.
There's also like a lot of moments that kind of lead nowhere. Like there's a brutal scene where they're in the water, when they're in the creek, in the river, and Eddie kills someone. Like he kills one of the agents, like in cold blood. Like, and you can tell like he's like visually like
Fuck.
shocked. Yeah, like fuck, like I did that. And like I thought like that was gonna come back in a way. Like he was going to like I don't know, maybe him going like, no, I cannot do this again or so. But no, it was just like a scene that happens and then it ends, and it's like, bro, you've let this guy like bite people's head off. Like, why is this shocking you? Like,
Maybe, but see, that could have been interesting. Like
It
And
could have been interesting, but it leads nowhere.
I
It goes
agree.
anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and again, all the symbiote bad guys, I wish we had fought someone like I'll give him credit. At least he didn't fight a symbiote for the third movie in a row. But like the creatures are just Null's henchmen. Like, what is Null their Thanos?
Can
Or
we
what?
talk about Null?
Like, he's in the movie for all of three scenes and always at a distance. Like, again, I think he was a late last minute addition.
Yeah. They got Andy Circus to play him though.
Is he ever
But
gonna play
for
him a second time?
no.
Exactly.
Uh it probably was just like hey, like good faith. Like would you directed the second one? Like fine, we'll like let you cameo in this. What even was this? What even was this freaking movie, man?
I think
Look, I'll give it credit for weirdness. I like the Venom horse. I like the Venom frog. I like the Venom fish. Like I like those parts, but and this is a waste of Tom Hardy because like Tom Hardy is such a good actor, man, and like I'm not saying that I only want to see him do like Revenant or shit like that. I want him to, like he's a weird kooky guy. I want him to have fun. Like not gonna lie, but what is this? Like what? Where was this going? Really? I mean, good for him if he made some money and had some fun because he's also like, I think he helped write the story. He was very involved in this,
I
in
know
all
he
three
was
of
very
them.
involved in the first two. I don't know about this third one.
Yeah, he was included in the credits as like story by Tom Hardy. Like, good for him. If this was like a fun thing he wanted to do, good. But I'll say it, I'm done seeing villains without the heroes. Because what is this? I don't want to see a Venom movie. I don't want to see another fucking Joker movie. I don't want to see Kraven the Hunter. My God, like, what are we even doing? First of all, they're changing this the backstory of Kraven, and uh, I'm I'm done with this, man.
I will stand on my morals here, on my laurels.
Yeah.
I will say Avi Arad and Matt Tolmack. What do you have on the executives at Sony that let them keep making you these pieces of shit?
Oh, Avi Arad has been involved with like the Spider-Man brand since the Sam Raimi movies. So I think he just comes with the Spider-Man rights.
Why aren't you better then? Why do you suck? Why are you mailing it in at this point? Just like hand the reins off. Again, Sony, if you're listening to this, I will fix your goddamn Sony Spider-Verse. But you need to give me the reins now, and you need to give me a limited budget to pay Andrew Garfield. Like, goddamn. Ugh. And again, there is money to be made here in the Spider-Verse. Let Tom Holland exist over here with Sony, I mean with Marvel, but cut off the villains and be like, okay, these are the villains you can use, no more because we need them for us. Sony, if you want to take on Marvel, you need to find some balls and stand up to them and be like, you can use these characters and that's it. Or we can pull Tom Holland and you no longer have a Spider-Man. But they don't because they're cowards.
Or
Mhm.
just cancel all these and just focus on finishing the animated Spider-Verse because those are the good ones. Those are the
Canceling these
special ones.
canceling these movies is not going to speed up that production.
No, but it might leave some budget for them, and it might definitely like do
Didn't
something
they
else
hit the
because
reset button very recently?
no, kind of. No, they're not resetting. They're just continuing where they left off. I think the strikes really affected them. So yeah. Anyway, point is, we learned nothing from these three movies. They came and went.
I wouldn't say we learned nothing. I would argue that the first two were fun. They were stupid, but they were fun. Like I'll defend the first two.
I don't know. To me, they're like stupid, but and they're fun, but they're not. I don't know. We didn't really gain anything from them. To me, they're like fast food, and I don't know. You gotta be very drunk or very hungover to like crave that, especially in my old ass age. So
You're not that
that's
old, bitch.
no, I'm super young. It's just, I can't have too many carbs now. Okay, I can't. Like
It's
it's
bulking
really
season.
no, it really does me a dirty. Like today, I had a coffee in the morning. And I forgot to use like a different kind of milk, and I I wasn't burping, but I was. What was the other thing? I was
Belching?
no. Was it when you? I was hiccuping the whole day. I was in meetings. I was talking to providers, and I was hiccuping. Do you know idea how much embarrassing it is to be an adult and to be like commanding a meeting and then be hiccuping the whole time? It's awful.
So I don't think 30 is gonna be kind to you.
Oh God, I'm stretching a lot. I'm doing. You should see. I've been very like strict with like my workout schedule. Look. I just got my triceps. You can't see them, but if you were like next to me, you could see that I have triceps now.
I believe you. We're gonna find out when you come by.
Heck yeah!
We might actually
Heck,
do an in-person episode for once. We always say we are, but I don't know if we are.
I had this idea that like I should come visit you to do like a live like top our top tens.
Yeah.
And we should like invite our friends and like do it somewhere and do it like a live show and give them like a bunch of drinks and have them like be our drunk audience. And like I feel like that could be pretty fun.
Honestly, I would be completely down. Like it wouldn't be that much beer, but we could have friends over and just be like, all right, y'all, the audience, we're gonna talk about our top tens. And then be like, "Bull
Yeah.
stock."
Literally that's all I want. Like I just want to like do that. And I feel like it could be really fun and engaging. We could like, you know, like Nikki could be there, Jess could be there, James could be there, like other
Oliver
friends
could
from
be
here.
there.
Oliver could be there if he's born already, you know, and
So
heck yeah.
they're gonna be.
Like I'm gonna be like, all right, Ollie, what are your thoughts on I saw the TV glow? And Ollie's gonna be like, I can't hold my head. And we're like, man, you can talk already. That's weird.
Nikki's gonna make sure he's ahead of the game. Trust me on that.
Yeah, she's
No, for real. She already knows the milestones, and she's like, here are the goals. We're gonna try to beat them all by at least a month to 2 months. That boy will
what?
be potty trained early.
Oh my God.
That boy is gonna start doing tummy time within a
All
month.
right. The second that he's born, you gotta let him like roll around in the dirt and like the grass so that he can like, get antibodies from the get-go.
Oh no, that's the plan too. Trust me, this kid will be ahead of the game.
Can I throw? I was gonna just take him to a pool and just like, you know, sink or swim, man. Sink or swim.
Jesus.
He's gonna find this way later. Like, what the fuck, man? Like,
What if it's like Carnage and he's just like, "What was God, Father?" And the priest is like, "Oh, not you, Father."
he's just like, why? Why has you forsaken me?
And I'll be like, "Oh shit, it's a red one."
Oh, that's a red one. That's a red one. We don't fuck with the red one.
No, no, no.
Uh,
But that's so she can die. She'll understand. We never liked her anyway.
I'm gonna be like, all right, Ollie, give us your thoughts on why Challengers is movie of the year, and he'll just be like,
Zendaya is an overrated actress, if we're all
hey,
being honest.
hey, don't you
I know.
fucking
I'm
dare.
joking.
Don't.
I'm joking. I don't think she's overrated.
Do you ever wonder if he's gonna if he's gonna like come out and have your shitty opinions on movies? Like, do you think it's gonna like be a part of
No,
that?
no,
No.
he'll be his own man. I just really want him to be like super tall and athletic so he can be a pro athlete.
What if he challenges you on that? What if he goes up and he's like, "Man, the Cowboys suck. Like, I'm gonna go root for the Miami Dolphins." Like, how do you feel? Don't tell me you have like a baby thing already for him. Heck, oh, okay. I thought you were gonna. No, that's worse.
No, no, no,
Damn
no.
it, that's
We have a
worse.
onesie for him. Don't worry.
You got a Cowboys onesie already?
Yeah, it's the one I had my parents put on me when I was born.
You're kidding.
I shit you not.
Do you have it with you?
It's in one of these boxes, but yeah,
Oh my God, that's insane. That's crazy.
yeah.
That is awesome. No,
Hell
like
yeah.
because like I have no clothes from when I was a baby. I think because I was the first one, I think I got clothes, and then we all passed them by like as every new cousin was born.
Yeah.
That is insane, man. If you can take a picture of that, please send it to me. I would love to see that.
It's in one of these boxes, but I know I do have it. Like I was very careful to be like, I need to take this with me.
How old were you when you wore that?
A month?
Oh my God. Aren't you afraid that he's going to like outgrow it like in a week?
Apparently, I didn't know this. My mom said apparently by the time I was, I think, 6 months old, I was wearing toddler set 2 year old shorts.
Jesus Christ, man.
Like I was a fat baby and I grew like that. Yeah, man, I got no shame. I had the size on me. Let's fucking go. I was 4 years old. They thought I was 8. Seriously, we went to go drop off my sisters, and they were like, "Isn't he coming in for class?" He's 4. He's not even on it for pre-K. He's
He's
4.
4. Have you seen those TikToks that like he's 4? No?
No.
It's like a TikToks of like a group of cousins, and then they have like the one that's like the realest kid one that
Uh-huh.
like was born like a little too late
Yeah.
to like be in the same age group. So they're all looking at this baby and they're like, "You want a beer?" And they're like, "He's 4." Like I don't know what to do with them. Like, yeah. Oh man. Oh, I can't wait to meet the little guy.
Oh
It's gonna
God,
be
yeah.
fun.
I already told Nikki you're gonna be the Alfred to his Bruce.
Yeah, for better or worse.
Okay, what kind of Alfred are you gonna be? Are you gonna be Jeremy Irons Alfred? Are you gonna be I can teach you how to fight, but you needed a father?
Oh God, I love Jeremy Irons Alfred because he really is like he's so sassy with it. He really is like I
I love that
don't
one
know.
scene where Batman says, "Everyone, this is Alfred. I work for him," and Jason Momoa's like, "Badass Alfred."
Yeah. Oh God. No, it'll be fun. It's gonna be fun. All right, man. What are you gonna score this movie?
5 out of 10. It's not completely terrible, but like if I have to pick between the three, I'm watching the first and the second one.
All right. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. Just because it is somewhere in the middle, and I don't find it as insulting as the first two. I actually think the first one is the more boring out of the three. Yeah, I thought it was pretty nothing. But this one, it has some fun moments. I'll tell you this, I'm not gonna remember it at all, like in a year or so. Like I'm gonna be like, really? We had 3 Venom movies? Really forgot about that.
Well, let me ask
Uh,
you this.
yeah.
In order, what would you rather watch? Like least to most?
Two, then three, then one.
Oh no, no.
Oh.
The three Venom movies, Morbius and Madam Web, which is the worst of the five, and then we'll go up from there.
No, God. At number one, I would put Venom 2, then Venom 3, then Venom 1, then Madame Web, and then Morbius.
Fair enough. Number five, I'm gonna put Madam Web because it's slightly longer than Morbius, then Morbius, Venom 3, and then God, I'm not sure. Maybe Venom 1 and 2? Like
Okay.
those two are fighting for the top spot. Those were the two best ones, I think.
Best is subjective, I guess.
Well, like, okay, let
Uh,
me ask you this. What's
okay.
worse?
Yeah.
Madam Web, Venom the Last Dance, or Joker 2? Like, which of the
Oh,
three
Joker 2 by a mile.
you think Joker 2 is worse than Madam Web?
Yes.
Is it because we went in with expectations and it failed?
Remember that I hated the first one, so
That's fair. You have no taste. Just look at your friends.
no, no, here's the thing. What did you say?
I said you have no taste. Just look at your friends.
You are my friend.
That's the joke.
You are my friend. Your wife is my friend. You've
That's the
met
joke.
my
I
friends. Like it's
like I joke with Nikki, you have no taste, and she's like, "Yeah, look at my husband." Like that's a joke that we have. That's an insider.
great. No, oh God. See, at least with Madame Web, like I was excited to like see something new. We hadn't seen that character in a movie before. At least it was,
Yeah, I still haven't seen that movie in a movie before. That movie did not have Adam Webb.
yeah. No, it's just yeah, it was bad, but like at least it was entertainingly bad. Morbius is bad. The only good part about Morbius is all the memes that we did about it.
It's
Like all of the jokes that we made about it were the good part of Morbius. Like that's about it. And Joker 2, like I haven't seen a single funny thing come out of the Joker 2 discourse.
you know what I really liked about Morbius? The first trailer looked fucking like legit. Like it had that
Yeah,
old school
and then we
Dracula
saw
music.
it for like a year and a half because it was delayed to no end.
Yeah, because the pandemic.
Semantics.
I just,
Yeah.
God damn it, man. I really wish it would have been better. Like I had higher expectations for the Morbius movie. After the first trailer looked fucking boss, and then it sucked.
Nah, I don't know.
But anyway, I
Now,
will rewrite.
now, to me, every project that stars Jared Leto is like, oh God, gross.
What's wrong with Jared Leto? He tried.
He has a cult. Oh, you haven't? Oh, you're gonna love this rabbit hole. Just look up Jared Leto cult, like after recording this, and go crazy.
No, no, fuck that. Jared Leto cult.
Yeah, he gets people to go to an island and worship him, and they all wear the same clothes.
The cult of Jared Leto.
Yeah, you don't know about this?
No.
Yeah,
Oh, it's called the Cult of Mars.
yeah,
Oh shit. Is this an actual thing?
yeah.
So what are the benefits of joining the cult?
You get to be close Jared Leto.
Is there anything else?
No, that's about it.
I don't want to be. I don't need to be close to Jared Leto. What's he gonna do? Give me a used condom?
I had the opportunity to be close to Jared Leto, and I decided to go see someone else.
When?
Oh, he like 30 Seconds to Mars played in a festival here, and I was at that festival, but I went to see another artist play.
Ah, fair.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So that should do it for our review of Venom: The Last Dance. What were your thoughts on Venom: The Last Dance? Please leave it in the comments and let us know what you think. And for next week, do you want to do We Live in Time?
Sure. I watched it already with Nikki.
Oh, you watched it already. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it this weekend, and we can jump back to that. I feel like we've been doing pretty serious movies, and we should do something that's different. I guess maybe we'll see.
Bring some tissues. That's the only advice I got for you.
Uh, sure, if you say so. I'm pretty tough. I don't know about you, but like,
Eh,
I don't know. We'll see. All right. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's do that one. It feels like a good time to do it.
Yes.
And then the next week we gotta do Gladiator 2. Like that's gonna be like the big one.
Deal.
Yeah. Have you seen the first one?
Yeah. Well, it's been years since I've seen the first one, but I do remember seeing it.
Yeah, because I was thinking like because I my sister saw it for the first time recently. Because like she hadn't seen it and she saw the trailers for the new one and my mom was like, "You gotta see it. It's a classic." Like, and so she finally saw it and she's like, "Man, that was great. Like, I can't wait to the second one." And it made me think of like, remember when you told me that story of like your father-in-law that loves Top Gun and he got really excited for the sequel?
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna have like a Top Gun Maverick level thing with like the new Gladiator. I feel like it's gonna be similar to that.
I feel like the problem is though is that it does not have Russell Crowe. I'm not saying they
Well,
need Russell
there's
Crowe.
a reason why Russell Crowe is not in this one.
Well, did you know about the canceled Gladiator sequel?
Oh God.
You want me to tell
Do
you?
I want to?
It's could have been interesting. So it
Does he
would
come
have
back to life? Like,
no, so it would have featured him in the afterlife, going to hell to save his wife and his son, but then eventually being sentenced to live. Like the trade-off is fine, we will save your son and your wife from hell, or I guess the underworld.
so like a Dante's Inferno video game kind of thing? Like,
So no, so yes, kind of. It not as long. So the story was going to be that he was going to journey to hell to save his wife and son. And the gods tell him, okay, in exchange, we will save your wife and your son, but you can never die and you'll never see him again. And he agrees. So he lives through the ages as a forever soldier in every war, and you see him in every major war. You see him in the American Civil War. You see him in World War One, World War Two, the Spanish War. You see him in Vietnam, and then you see him today in modern day Afghanistan. Like he like as a soldier, like he's forced to live forever as a soldier.
hey,
Yeah, fair.
terrible idea.
And I don't know how, but it was going to end with him being declared the god of war and sitting on the throne, but he still can't see his wife and son.
Terrible. Hate it. Glad
Hey,
it never happened.
there's a reason why it never happened. I think it
Yeah.
was actually money, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong.
Well, hate it. I'm really glad the sequel that we're getting. The trailers look insane. Ever since I saw that first trailer and No Church in the Wild starts playing, and like all the sword fighting is going, and like you see the sharks in the actual like Coliseum, man, cannot wait to see that movie. I hope it is like a Top Gun Maverick level thing that we see because I am kind of sick of legacy sequels, so better be fucking good.
You know what I bet helped get this movie made? Do you remember, was it last year or was it like 2 years ago, where there was like a meme going around about, hey, every guy is obsessed with Roman history.
Oh, the Roman Empire. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That last year or was that the year before last?
That was the year that was last year. So no, I think this has been working on like before
I
that.
think that put the boot in the ass then.
I think it was a stealth campaign, but yeah, maybe. I'm excited. I am excited to see it. And yeah, so that will be everything for now. Next week, check out our review of We Live in Time. And you guys did an 11 count, right? Is that coming up
Yes, sir.
on the
It is coming out. Just catching
yeah.
Fernie up on everything going on with WWE and AEW.
Is this coming on the rollback channel or is this going to be the
Rollback
last
channel.
thing?
So, folks, we
Okay.
tried doing a second channel. Turns out that was a complete fucking disaster on both sides for the rollback and for wrestling with comics. It was a complete debacle. So, we're just gonna put everything on the rollback, and I mean everything. From
Yeah.
wrestling to movie reviews to the podcast to rewrites to potentially some video essays that we have. Actually, we dropped a video essay on John Wick. Go check that out. Also, we might be having some video game stuff coming up soon. We'll see. Uh,
Interesting.
and maybe a new show try just to try like random foods and shit. Like, you know how they make seasonal stuff? Want to try to do a show about that maybe. Like just
Seasonal
trying all
food.
this random products, but we'll see.
All right. I don't know. Maybe your kid will be born. He'll take his first steps. We'll record that and we'll put that on the channel. We'll see.
Boom, first steps.
Yeah. Just deck him out in like rollback merch. Just like
That's another thing. I want to do rollback merch. So maybe Redbubble we can use that to make merchandise,
yeah.
but we'll see.
I'd love a hat. Freaking love a hat.
Maybe we
Anyway,
can make it happen.
maybe. All right. Well, yeah, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. My name is Shema,
Chema and Eddie.
and this was the
Signing off with
rollback.
a reminder that democracy is not dead. Keep fighting. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.